Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE Smackdown January 3rd, 2017 review. And ladies and gentlemen, I have to say one thing, this episode once again was a better show than Raw. And of course, I didn't watch Raw, I just kind of took a look at some of the segments that happened during the show. And I have to say the show absolutely sucked last night for Monday Night Raw. Thank God I could say a little bit different about Smackdown. Smackdown was a pretty decent overall show, worth your time. Had a nice build for some of the matches going into the Royal Rumble. And I'm pretty satisfied and happy with the show that I watched tonight. So getting into things, first thing on the card, or first thing that happened on the show was Miz came out and demanded an apology from Renee Young for slapping him in the face from last week. Dean Ambrose later on came out during this promo, stood face to face with him, and Maurice blocked him from getting to the Miz. Maurice slapped him in the face. They walked away, him and the Miz and her, and Dean Ambrose looked at Miz and said, "Well, at least I know one thing. Easiest part of the day easiest part out of all this is your wife hits harder than you do." So that was kind of funny and very entertaining line that he used during this segment and promo. So I actually really enjoyed watching some of that. It was a little drawn out though, and I can't stomach the Miz. He is an absolute nuisance in the WWE. But he plays a good heel very well. Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler 1-on-1. Corbin won by performing the End of Days on Dolph Ziggler. And Kalisto came out with a chair and was trying to save Dolph Ziggler. And at this point, Dolph Ziggler is now a bad guy. A heel. He super kicked Kalisto, said, "I don't need your damn help. I don't need anyone's help. I can do everything on my own." Blah, 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 as if he was acting as though he was weak and needed assistance from another participant to take his side and help him take care of his own business. Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler's match was very decent. I didn't have any complaints about it, but yet the match is a little overdone. The match has been done a lot throughout the 2016 year. Going into 2017, these guys have faced each other plenty in the last year. So, with that being said, I was a little disappointed in the booking, but the match itself wasn't bad. I think it probably was the best match they had in all the series of matches they've had against each other. So I can't complain too much about that. So, yeah, overall, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a decent, okay match. Ellsworth's trying to get the liking of Carmella. That was a waste-out segment. Apollo Crews confronted Dolph Ziggler because Dolph Ziggler came into the locker room, and this whole segment just felt so cringeworthy and just so annoying that it was just disgusting. It didn't come across very natural. Dolph Ziggler was just going in a locker room, just throwing people's stuff around out of pure random, which was kind of stupid. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. But Apollo Crews stepped up and looked at Dolph Ziggler and said, "What you did was really horrible. You insulted a friend of mine, and that ain't like you to do something like that." Pretty much. And Dolph Ziggler stood up to him and pretty much knocked him out. Or tried to, at least. They got into a brawl backstage. That should lead to a match between these two within the next week or two. Probably imagine next week Dolph Ziggler is going to face Apollo Crews one-on-one, which will even push Dolph Ziggler more towards the edge of being a heel, which I hope it happens because right now at this point, him being a face is just not working out. He needs to be a backstabbing little monster in order to get by and win matches. I think that's the best thing they can do for him right now. It's a little out of the box for him. Instead of playing the same random lame-o guy that's a fighting champion, a guy that fights real hard, wants to be the best, but always falls short. So getting that little extra to get where he needs to go by cheating or doing whatever it takes to get by, probably the best option for them to go by in this case, based on the situation they keep putting him through. So I'm pretty happy that they turned him heel and see him progress as a heel character again. Becky Lynch versus the La Luchadora. This was stupid as fuck. Didn't really pay attention much to this match. Alexa Bliss had an interference with this match. I don't know what the hell that was about. That match, I wouldn't even give it. I give it a dud. I don't even know what the fuck was going on there. Then we had a contract signing segment between AJ Styles and John Cena. This segment was very entertaining. Very good comments used by both men in this whole segment. AJ Styles strikes with about The Rock being a phony, lying piece of garbage who doesn't have passion anymore about wrestling. And he went on to say that John Cena was right the first time around by saying the things that he said, because he didn't feel that Rock had the passion for wrestling anymore. As well as he feels that John Cena is starting to blend into that image of The Rock. And on top of that, to make matters even worse, he said that you know damn well you couldn't be as big of a star in Hollywood as The Rock has become. So, some really controversial statements. John Cena stands up and pretty much was trying to be respectful to AJ Styles, respect his props and his skills and everything else, and give him the, benefit of the doubt that he is a good competitor, a fighting champion, and has somewhat of some kind of class. Unfortunately, he finds out that he really doesn't have that kind of class based on some of the statements that he said about John Cena and how he's a phony piece of crap and how he's never going to amount to nothing in Hollywood in comparison to The Rock and so forth. So John Cena responds back saying that I have passion. He goes on to say, yeah, I went out for a couple of months. I'm back. I go ahead and I bust my ass to come out here and I do what I want because I have passion. His whole thing was about passion. He was he felt real, genuine, realistic. Sounded like he was talking from the heart instead of just talking to be told what to do. He even mentions that to AJ Styles and says, you just do what you're told. I do what I want to do because I love what I do. You're just here for the money. I'm here for the passion of doing what I like to do besides just the money itself. So, he also states he's really pissed off. He's fed up of everybody saying that he's just a flash in the pan guy. He's got it no more. He doesn't have it anymore. He's a has-been and so forth. And that he's going to do what he's done every single time any chump has come into the WWE and said they're going to take over his spot, say that they're the star and he's not anymore and everything else in between. And pretty much states, I'm going to beat your ass and make you my bitch, in a sense, and I'm going to walk out with that damn title, and no matter how good you try to be in this ring, bring your A game, bring your family, bring your friends, bring everything. You can bring whatever the hell you want. At the end of the day, I'm walking out with that damn title and beating your ass. So, very good segment. Loved it. Baron Corbin comes down to the ring, puts his 2 cents in, stating that he's going to be the first Smackdown superstar to be in the Royal Rumble, and he plans on walking out as the Royal Rumble winner to go on to WrestleMania for their WWE Championship belt on SmackDown. Now, my attitude about this is I think that would be a very smart idea. I think John Cena should beat AJ Styles, but I think at WrestleMania, Baron Corbin really should win the Royal Rumble. I think Baron Corbin deserves to be a champion. I believe Baron Corbin plays a heel in a very different type of style. He doesn't cheat very much. He wins cleanly on almost every fucking match you ever see him in. He's not a coward. He stands up to every opponent that he faces. He don't care if it's a good guy. He doesn't care if it's a bad guy. He don't care who it is. He's very monotone, yes. Is he quiet? Yes. That's the best thing that they need a guy like his stature to be. He's a tough ass. He's a fucking bull. He kicks ass. He is freaking multi-talented in sports. He was in football and boxing. The guy is a very good performer. He is not exactly what you call a boring individual. He used to be when he was on NXT. When he got to the main roster, he really started to impress me. He started to gain my interest, and he has turned out to be a really great individual on Smackdown that I would love to see win the Royal Rumble and win the WWE Championship. I think that would be awesome for SmackDown. It would be a new heel, number one. Number two, he's a fresh face. He's new in the main roster, and he has done very good things with this company. I think if you make him win the Royal Rumble, have him beat everybody's ass and be on an unbelievable winning streak for 2 months, and then have him beat John Cena at WrestleMania, I think that would be great. That would help a young superstar. Beating a big name like John Cena and beating him cleanly. That would show one thing and one thing only. They're trying to build new names and faces on this company and in this brand. And I think that would be a perfect opportunity. He comes across as a main event type style character. You get him on a winning streak leading into the Royal Rumble on top of it. You got something to work with. He has been winning matches even before this whole idea of him being in the Royal Rumble came about. He was stripped out of the opportunity to be in the Survivor Series tag team match for SmackDown against Raw. I think that was a load of bullshit. So, with all that being said, I think Baron Corbin deserves a shot to be the winner of the Royal Rumble and go on to WrestleMania and beat John Cena for that World Championship. I think John Cena should win the 16th championship reign and go on to face Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin beats him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I think that's the best thing they could possibly do for a new, young star to help them become something within the company. And I think that would be fucking awesome for them to do, and I hope they do it. They probably won't, though, because it's a long stretch shot for that to even happen. But regardless, I still kind of hope that they move to that kind of idea, take a chance, and go with somebody new to go up against an old superstar like John Cena, who's still well-liked or hated, well popular by either haters or people that like him. And he puts on, it gains a lot of interest from people. So, I actually really do think that they could go a long way with Baron Corbin with the situation that's happening right now. Marie slapped Renee Young backstage, pointless. Carmella versus Alea from NXT, who is making her main roster debut. She beats her in the middle of the ring, with James Ellsworth helping her win. American Alpha versus Brazingo. That match lasted less than a minute. Fucking dumb as shit. Nikki Bella and Natalya, pretty much similar. Natalya states that she's a pretty face, states that the only reason why she's at the top is because she's going out with John Cena, and someday John Cena's just going to dump her ass and she's going to die alone. And Nikki Bella punches her in the face. Pretty much the same stupid, reiterated bullshit they've been saying about Nikki Bella since she got back from her neck injury. So, with all that being said, I don't understand where they keep picking and saying that she's successful when she has not gotten one title shot since she's gotten back. She's been in regular singles match competition with other people. So, I don't quite understand these comments that are being made about her, but it's kind of stupid. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I'd understand if she was getting championship title matches, but she ain't getting squat right now. She's just in one-on-one matches with other people, with rivalries. So it really doesn't matter, and it's based on the same stupid stuff. Doesn't make a lot of sense. And then The Miz versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title, which was the advertised main event match for SmackDown. Once again, proving SmackDown is the superior show to Monday Night Raw. SmackDown had an outstanding main event title match between Miz and Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose walks away hitting dirty deeds onto The Miz. I give this match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Outstanding performance by both men. I enjoyed this main event very much. It was a load of fun to watch. It was a lot of twists and turns in the situation. I thought they were going to disqualify Miz because of Maurice slapping him Dean Ambrose in the face, but Dean Ambrose convinces the referee to change his mind to just, kicking her out of the ringside. And then after that, we had The Miz hit him with the championship belt in the back of the head. I thought the match was over, and it just goes to a 2 count. Then The Miz tries to get him in the skull-crushing finale, and Dean counters it, hits the dirty deeds, gets the 1-2-3, and becomes the new WWE Intercontinental Champion. Nice, surprising little title change there. I don't know if there's really any sense in behind of making Dean Ambrose win the championship for a second time in his career, but it definitely makes worth building towards a rivalry between these two guys because of the comments being made about Renee Young sleeping with Dean Ambrose, which is slowly but surely going to introduce Renee Young as a wrestler instead of just a interviewer or a broadcast character. So with all that said, this show was decent, it was watchable, and it had a lot of good points. Plus also there was a mention of Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, Luke Harper getting another shot for the tag team titles next week against American Alpha. So that should be entertaining. I think at that point we're going to see Randy Orton turn back to being who he is and to completely dismantle the Wyatt family from within. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, leave your comments and opinions down below. I definitely would like to hear from you guys. Hit the like button if you like the video, and also on top of that, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to get some new subscribers onto this channel. I'm only at 68, been at 68 for quite a while now. Would love to, get some new faces onto this channel so I can produce more and more videos. I understand I haven't been doing that lately. I've only produced a Smackdown review, but I do apologize. I'm going to try my best to get to these videos as much as humanly possible. It's just hard for me to do that because wrestling hasn't been a big time love for me anymore. It's really kind of been disappointing. I don't like the fact I can't watch Raw anymore because of how boring it is. I can't give any good positive outlook on Raw. It's all negative, it's boring, it's stupid, and it's a waste of time for anyone to watch. And it's 3 hours fucking long. And they can't give you something worth watching, and yet, who the fuck wants to waste their time watching it? Then you got all these other episodes, these 1 hour episodes of NXT and 205. Yes, they're good wrestling quality, but it's just so much freaking wrestling and reviews that it just gets really hard to get around to, and I do apologize if I don't get around them. But I'm going to try my best this week. I will produce at least 205 and NXT, and that's about all I'm going to do for this week. And I'll try my best to continue to do that every single week from here on out. If I don't, I do apologize. I do have a life outside of wrestling. So, I do apologize for all that. But I want to see wrestling get better. I want to see it, thrive and get back to where it used to be. Or at least close to that. Or half as good as it used to be. And be worth watching and reviewing for you guys. And for me to make nice comments about it. Instead of just being negative all the time and being downright retarded. Stating, crappy facts about how wrestling sucks and blah, blah, blah. just makes me dislike wrestling and make me not want to watch it anymore. And I don't want to do that. Wrestling's been my love, my life, really, since I was 5. I've loved wrestling since I was a kid, and I want to continue to love wrestling, but if wrestling is going to continue to smack me in the face with its shitty decisions and its horrible booking and storylines, why should I care anymore? And I hope that changes at some point, and Vince McMahon or somebody gets in Vince's ear and get him to get this shit fixed. But then when you got Kevin Dunn whispering in his ear, it just kind of makes it a little hard. Now, Kevin Dunn, you can go fuck yourself. You suck. You don't care about wrestling. You care about money, and that's all you give a shit about. And there's nothing wrong with money. But give a fuck about the passion of wrestling, like what John Cena was stating tonight. Have passion for it. Don't just put crap on just to put it on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night, guys. Bye.